All right, I'm back at Japan Glimpse. It's time to wrap up Sarato Hito no Mori, Monkey, Man, and Forest as briefly as possible. A lot has happened since the previous video, the end of the semester, grading, and I've been busy in Kanazawa, where I currently am, staying to help out with my young granddaughter. So, to recap the story, a man enters a forest. He is observed by an elderly monkey perched atop a bough of a tall tree. He greets the man and says, "Hey, why is it whenever you guys come to my domain, to this forest, you never have the decency to say hello? Why is that? Because, we're related after all. We do share an ancestor. So the least you could do is offer a word of greeting." And the man says, "You must be joking. What, us related? Well, look at you. You don't even have the decency to cover your nakedness. Me? What do you think of this tailored suit I'm wearing? Oh, another thing. 4 walls, a roof. Have you ever heard of such a thing? No, so you're exposed to the elements, whereas I live in splendor and comfort. And dine on the choicest delicacies every day, whereas you, I can see you're eating something up there, nuts and rubbish, whatever you can scrounge. So, related to you, a common ancestor? Yeah, I think not. We humans have left the rest of creation so far behind. We're really, veritably, the masters of the universe." And the monkey says, "Yeah, well, hold on a second. So why is it that humans are just so wretched and pitiful? You think all your fancy contraptions bring you happiness? No, of course not. And if you're honest, you'll agree with me. No, you dam the rivers and level the mountains and fell the forests and pave the plains. And where does that take you? Does that take you to the gates of nirvana? No. It takes you to the gates of hell. So, you think you're so far superior, so much better than us, but the problem with humans is that you forget the past, you ignore the past, and those who do have no future. So why don't you come up here and share some of these tasty chestnuts that you've never had anything like. Oh, I forget. You can no longer use your hands and feet as 4 hands or 4 feet, depending on the circumstances. Yeah, you used to be able to do that, but it's been a long time since. Your laziness and carelessness has led to this, let's just call it what it is, deterioration. You're down there in the dirt with the toads and the snakes. I'm up here in the forest canopy. Who's near heaven? Who's closer to hell, I ask you? Well, of course, the man has become quite agitated and flustered, and he says, "You come down here right this instant, monkey, and say that to my face. I dare you. You won't." And the monkey says, "Well, why do I need to do that? Why should I do that? You don't dispute the truth of what I'm saying. Come on up here, and let's enjoy some chestnuts together." And the man, kind of crestfallen, says, "I'm really sorry for what I said. Yeah, but first, no, don't go anywhere. But first, I'm going to go home and get my gun." And so a volley of chestnuts rains down on his head, and the monkey just vanishes, leaping from branch to branch, from tree to tree, in the direction of the setting sun. Right, so that's the story. And so, what was the author Ishikawa Takuboku really talking about? He was born in 1886, about 20 years after the restoration of the Japanese emperor, the Meiji Restoration. And he died in 1912 at the age of 26. Having witnessed tremendous changes in Japan, the rapid industrialization, militarization, Japan in 1905 had just concluded a 9-month war with Russia, with Japan defeating this major military and naval power. And people like Ishikawa, so writers, artists, intellectuals, and others were very concerned about the future of Japan, its direction. The country had changed almost unrecognizably in just 20, 30, 40 years since 250 or so. It's not quite 250 years of national isolation, but anyway, that's a good round figure. And so people such as Ishikawa were very concerned. Specifically, apparently Ishikawa was inspired to write his story by what has become known as Japan's first recorded, a case of environmental degradation, destruction, pollution. There was a copper mine in Tochigi Prefecture, Tochigi Prefecture, so northeast of Tokyo, called Ashio, the Ashio copper mine, and it had been in operation. It was in operation during the Tokugawa era, but the methods were not especially invasive, or destructive. The mine produced a trickle of copper, but it wasn't a major source. Come the Meiji Restoration, Japan's best and brightest are sent overseas to learn about medicine, parliamentary government, industry, naval, the production of ships of the line and all of that. So the Meiji administration is receiving reports all the time from its experts based overseas on, say, how to improve the production capacities of Japan's mining operations. And so what happens in Meiji is that this formerly fairly benign operation just explodes. It becomes the source of 40% of all Japan's domestically produced copper. And of course, the environmental destruction is, up to that time, unprecedented. So entire mountainsides are denuded of forests and vegetation because of airborne pollution. And the watershed is polluted by effluent. And so downstream communities, people start to get sick, and crops die or don't even grow. So that's Ashio copper mine in not Totori but Tochigi. And so with the recently concluded Russian war and environmental destruction, and also the fact that people like Ishikawa, so fellow writers and intellectuals, activists, those fighting oppressive labor practices in both government-run and privately operated industries, found themselves targeted by the military police, the Kempe, the secret police. Some of them decide just to drop out. They cannot. There is no place for them. There is no role for them in Meiji society, in the Meiji world. And they become peripatetic. Ishikawa himself bounced around from northeastern Japan to northern Japan in Hokkaido, then down to Tokyo. He was a school teacher, writer. Also, He works in newspapers, doesn't really have a fixed abode, and so there was a hippie movement, a half century or more before America's counterculture movement. So that pretty much sums up Saruto Hitotomori, the blog Japan Glimpsed, or Glimpses of Japan, has an English language translation. You can't find Japanese or English, forget about the English, but even Japanese translations of this text are just not available. It's a real shame. So check out the blog. All right, we'll be back soon with something new. Thanks.